So are you somebody that's been trying to get verified on Instagram for months and you've been going onto the app, you've been applying for verification and you keep getting your application denied? Then don't worry. I was in the exact same position as you a few weeks ago where I was trying every month for verification through the app. It kept getting denied, and I've actually been trying now for over a year to get verified and nothing would work. Now I'm actually verified and I'm gonna be telling you the exact way I got verified on Instagram. Now verification can work for two types of accounts: personal accounts and business accounts. Now there's loads of benefits to being verified, which I'll be going over in a minute, but I'm going to be showing you the tips and tricks and the whole process that I took to actually get verified after 2 years. So if you appreciate the content, make sure you smash the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be showing you right now what I did to get verified. So what is Instagram verification and why may you want it? Now, if you want to skip to the part of the video that you want to watch that will help you get verified, there are timestamps in the description and in the slide bar, so go check them out. So Instagram verification is this blue symbol next to your username to authenticate who you are as an individual or a business. Now, verification are for people like celebrities, big business enterprises, people that are musicians, football players. Now, get the hint, guys. Verification isn't for everybody. It's for those 1% that are high in their industry. For example, big corporations, big football players. It's to authenticate who you are as an individual, because you might have fake accounts, you might have people that are trying to troll you and whatnot. So just bear in mind, guys, everybody that's watching this, you may not be able to get verified because, like I said, it's not for everyone. Now, what are the actual benefits of getting verified if you are a big enterprise, or let's say you are an upcoming musician or whatnot? Now, the actual benefits of getting verified is, number one, protection to your account. People know that you are who you're saying you are in the industry. So I'm known as the e-com king, so when people come to my Instagram, they know that this is the account for me as an individual. Also, you get lots of benefits of growing your account and networking. So when you comment on photos, your comment gets straight to the top with all those other people that are verified. If there isn't, then you're just going to be straight at the top. When you DM people, they're going to see that blue badge and know it's something important. Also, when you go on people's stories, they're going to see that blue badge as well. So there's so many benefits of it, which is going to enable you to get into networking opportunities that you may not be able to get into before. So for example, I'm an entrepreneur. So if I want to, let's say, collaborate with somebody, I'm able now to collaborate with them a lot easier because they're going to see me and notice me because of that blue mark. The third really important benefit of getting verified is, God forbid you ever get hacked or sabotaged, then being verified enables you to get a higher pool of support from Instagram, so you can get your account back and get that blue tick back without any issues, and you're just going to have a higher priority customer service with anything. And that's the real important part of being verified, and that's by far the most important aspect for me as an individual. Now, there's loads of other great benefits of getting verified, but they're the top 3 reasons why I would consider anybody that's eligible to get verified to actually go out there and get it. Now, that moves us on to the tier list on hardest to easiest accounts to get verified. Now, I'm sure you guys didn't even know this, but there's actually a tier list on easier to harder accounts to get verified. So the easiest ones to get verified are football players. So if you play for a professional team, your management will get you verified. It's super easy as long as you work for a professional team. Second, people are musicians, people that are on Spotify, Apple Music. You're also very easy to get verified on Instagram. Now, the harder types of people to get verified are people like entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur, so getting verified as an entrepreneur is insanely hard. Also, if you're an enterprise or a business, that is also really hard to get verified. Other people that are really easy to get verified are people like celebrities, people that have been in acting. So if you're an actor, you guys are really easy to get verified. But like I said, if you're in entrepreneurship or you work for yourself or something like that, or you have an enterprise or an actual global business, you guys are in such a harder position. So now I'm going to be telling you the requirements that you need to actually get verified, the ones that Instagram say you need, and I'm also going to give you the ones that they don't say you need, but you actually really need them. So number one, you need to make sure that your account has at least 100 followers, and you need to make sure that you've uploaded 3 copyright-free photos of yourself or anything to do with your business. You also need to make sure you got a profile picture. You also need to make sure you got a website link in your description, but nothing to do with any other social media accounts. Then you also need to make sure you got a bio, and you also need to make sure that you've got a highlight in your Instagram account. Now, I'd also recommend that you have a creator or business account set up for helping you get verified. There's a higher chance of you getting verified if you do that. Now, although Instagram do say you only need 100 followers in terms of follower requirement to get verified, I would definitely recommend that you get 10,000. I feel like the algorithm changes when you hit 10,000, and I've noticed that from myself and other people. So I would aim to try and get 10,000 unique followers. Don't pay for followers, guys. guys, this just won't work. And I'll be getting onto this a little bit later. You want 10,000 organic followers. So guys, the second requirement that you're going to need, and it's by far the biggest and most important part of verification, is notability, which is, I would say, is 95% of the verification in terms of getting it done. Now, notability just basically means how popular are you, how well known are you, how much are you out there in the news, TV, Twitter, social media. So it's all about, have you been in the news? Have you been on TV? Have you been in certain TV series? How notable are you out there? Because if you're not somebody that's technically famous, now it doesn't mean you have to be a world star or global star. As long as you're famous in your industry, that's all that matters. Now, I'm in dropshipping and I would consider myself a famous dropshipper. So that's what enables me to be verified, because I've got news about that. Now, news is one of the easiest ways to get verified, because getting news is not as hard as it once was back in the day. But this is the little catch here. A lot of people will pay for news or pay for press, and that just does not work, guys. Paying for press and news will not work. It will not get you verified. So if you've been paying thousands to do that, to think that it will work towards it, it won't. Because when you pay for press, it will say at the bottom who the outlet is and how you've paid them and whatnot. And Instagram will just say, look, that does not count. So if you are paying for press, stop it, get a refund, because it's just not going to work. The only thing that will work, and Instagram's getting a lot more strict on this now, is organic press, which means people write about you organically without any you've given them money. So that's an agenda. It has to be non-agenda based. So I'm going to be going over how to get news in a minute, how to actually get press in a minute organically, but it is going to be hard, guys, and this is the bit that takes the longest. And that's what's taken me quite a while, guys, in terms of years to get verified. Gaining all that high quality press, organic press over the years, is had to accumulate over the time, guys, and that's the bit that's going to take you the longest when it comes to verification. So the third requirement is being unique. So you can't be like a meme page of a famous celebrity. You can't be like a fan page of a celebrity. It has to be a unique page of that one person or that one company. Now let's move on to this second part, which is going to be the hardest part, which is getting notable, becoming a famous figure in your industry. So the way that I was able to gain organic press over a couple of years to make it enough to actually get verified is, what I did was I grew my personal presence in my industry. So I'm a drop shipper. So I grew a YouTube channel, which is now on 134,000 subscribers. And I'm also YouTube verified. And this is important, guys. If you can get verified on other platforms, that will help with verification on Instagram. So to become a YouTube verified account, you have to have 100,000 subscribers organically, not paid for. And you need to make sure that you are, again, somebody that's notable, and you need to make sure that you're somebody that's unique and not a copy. So I've been YouTube verified. So that really helped with my Instagram verification. So that goes back to what I was saying before, to get notable, to get noticed. Grow on another social media platform that's easy to grow on. Become a big presence in your industry. So like I said, I started a YouTube channel, started posting videos, I started to grow a lot. Now in my industry, there's a lot of course selling going on. So a lot of people make more money selling courses than they do actually doing what they're saying they're doing. So what I've done is I've done the complete opposite. I don't sell a course. I'm all about FU courses. So I built a real big hype around me because I've gone against everything else that all these other gurus are doing, which is selling courses, which is where they make all their money. So when business companies like Entrepreneur, Business Insider look at me, because dropshipping is a massive industry, it's a big upcoming industry in e-commerce, they're thinking, we want to write about dropshipping, but we don't know who to trust. Who do we know is actually making money with dropshipping, not selling their courses? And when they see me that's got a big social media account on YouTube, they're thinking, he doesn't sell a course, he's against course selling, he released a free course, so he must be making money saying what he's doing. So that's why Business Insider reached out to me to get an article made. And of course, with articles like Business Insider and big ones, you have to verify everything to them. So don't make any false claims. So don't make a YouTube channel making false claims. Don't write blogs making false claims. Everything you say you've done, you make sure you can back it up, because Business Insider, everything that I told them, I had to back it up with documents and proof of revenue. So if I wasn't able to do that, then obviously that article wouldn't have never been published. So you got to grow a presence on TikTok, for example, bring attention to you, then these news outlets will come to you organically. And that's what I've done over the year. Now, another thing you can do is you can search for your competitor on Google, a big competitor, not a small one, and look under the news article outlet on Google and see what news outlets they've been featured in, and reach out to those people that wrote about them and say, look, I've seen you wrote about that person, I've got an interesting story for you, check it out. And then you basically pitch them your story. Because a lot of these companies, like these news outlets, want to write articles, but you just got to pitch to them in the right way and they'll write about you. So you got to have a unique, fun thing that's current as well. It's all about being current. So those were the two methods to actually get organic news in terms of you reaching out to them and them reaching out to you, as long as you're building a presence online and you're doing something very disruptive. Example of mine, stopping these course selling gurus was very disruptive and very attention seeking in terms of news outlet. And now the next thing is, if you're getting this news, that's great, but how much news do you need for it to actually account for Instagram to say, look, you're well notable, you're famous in the industry, you deserve a blue tick? So there's different tiers. You've got tier 1 articles, tier 2 articles, and tier 3 articles. Now tier 1 articles are your big articles like Forbes, Entrepreneur, Business Insider, Daily Mail, all that kind of stuff. They're your tier 1 articles. And you got tier 2 that are big industry leading website articles in your niche. Let's say, for example, I'm in dropshipping, so Oberlo, I've been featured on Oberlo. That's a big article, so they're classed as tier 2. Then you've got tier 1, which is like your small articles. Let's say local news. So I was from Telford, that was my local town, so I got featured in a Telford newspaper. So that's tier 1 articles. So you need a bit of each. You don't just need tier 1, you need tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Obviously tier 1 and 2 are going to be the easiest ones to get, especially when you reach out to them. So those ones are going to be easy to get, but then tier 3 is the one that I've had to take a lot of time waiting for to actually achieve, by them reaching out to me and me reaching out to them about a story. So guys, you're going to want to make sure you get 10 tier 1, 10 tier 2, and then 10 tier 3. As long as you've got those, you should be good in terms of notability and your news articles. So these are some bonus things you can do to help increase your notability. You can get a Google Knowledge Panel, and a Google Knowledge Panel is when somebody Googles your name and it comes up with your date of birth and stuff like that. It's not Wikipedia, it's Google's version of it. Then you can also get a Wikipedia page made. Now you can actually do them to yourself. You don't even need to go to anybody. You can actually do them yourself if you know what you're doing, like Wikidata. If you know what you're doing, you can do that yourself. If not, you can hire somebody to make yours for you. Now I don't recommend that you do this if you're not somebody that's notable. Don't fake it to make it. Only do the Google Knowledge Panel or the Wikipedia if you are notable, guys, because if not, it's just a waste of money. You're going to pay for it and then you're not going to get any news because you're not known as anybody. Then you just waste a load of money getting a fancy Google Knowledge, fancy Wikipedia, but you're just nobody. I haven't even got a Google Knowledge. I haven't even got Wikipedia. Like I said, I've just worked over the last few years getting press by building myself up in my industry and becoming somebody notable. So that moves us on to requirement number 3, which is authenticity and being unique. So the best way to actually do this is to actually get a trademark. So my name is the Ecom King, and that's actually trademarked. So that means nobody else can take the Ecom King name. It's been trademarked. So that will then prevent anybody from disrupting that requirement 3. So I definitely recommend that if you're a public figure, get your stage name trademarked, or if you're a company, get yourself trademarked. That's going to really help towards verification, and that is really important to protect yourself. So guys, that moves us on to actually applying for verification. Now what you need to do is you need to log into your Instagram account on your mobile phone, and what you need to do is you need to go to the settings and then the account, and you should see it here on the screen, and then you should hit submit verification, and then you need to put your full name, upload a identification document like your driving license or passport, or if you're doing it through a company, to upload your company certificate. Then you hit submit, and then within 2 to 3 days you will receive a response through the notification saying you've been approved or declined. Now yes, bots will go over that verification submission. Now a bot will crawl it to see if you meet just the basic requirements, which is Instagram account engagement rates. As long as your engagement rates match what they look for, as long as your followers ain't suspicious and real, then that will then get passed to a human. So if you can't pass the account part, which is not having suspicious followers and having a good engagement rate, having copyright-free content, then it will then get passed on to a human that will check the rest of it, and as long as that's done, then you will get a notification saying it's done. So I know a lot of you guys have been complaining about, oh, it always gets declined, a bot does it. A bot is just checking to see if your account meets the first requirements, which is the basic one. So that's why I say don't buy followers, don't buy engagement, don't upload content that's not yours, because you'll never get verified, because your bot will always ban that part of the verification. As soon as a human comes over it, and make sure that what they do is when the human comes over you, they'll Google your name or Google what you're saying your username is, look under the Google News, see what you've got. As long as it's all organic and it shows that it says it's not been paid for at the bottom by a certain company press outlet, then they will move on to verifying your account, as long as you're the only person saying you are who you say you are. So that is basically how the Instagram verification works. So guys, let me know what you thought of this video in the comment section below. If you need any help, let me know as well, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.